Action's pretty good. Anders being a little timid here. Just kind of feeling him out. Maybe looking around to see what's going on. But damn, dude, Stewart wasting very little time. Yeah, Anders just tried to basically bum rush into him. Look at the body movement over here by Stewart, though. Stewart's loose. He seems like he's almost dancing on him right now. It's a little awkward, but we'll see if that pays off for him. But yes, that is what I've got. And I see this, Anders, part of my 6-fight parlay. How much we talking here if you win, my friend? If that's the case, we need Anders to turn it up a little bit here, because I know my boys got money on him, so we need to be rooting for him. And Alma's coming in for Stewart. I mean, Alma, I can't say this for you on it because my guy's got a parlay on it, so I got to go with both family and the parlay here on that one. So, unfortunately, I cannot give you my blessing on that one. What's up, Kevin Martinez? Good to see you, man. How have you been? Hopefully, you are doing well here today. If not, that's not my responsibility. But, you know, hey, I kind of wish you well nonetheless. Anyway, friends, we do have some beers and cheers to do. UFC 21. Yes, UFC Vegas 21. Make sure you say that. UFC 21 was 20-some-odd years ago. Woo! Anders almost about to hit that trip, but instead he goes ahead and brings on Stewart over to the cage. And whoever is doing that camera work and going along with the action, cheers to them. That was some excellent backpedaling there. If you've ever had to capture that kind of contained action with big boys fighting toward you, it can be dicey. And it says, love Raph always. Let us see that. Nice little $200 payout. Yeah, I'm a friend of that, you know. If you're going to get $200, that can support dates like you had last night, my friend. I saw how much that caviar was. It's not a cheap one. What is up, MJ Cristo? Good to see you. We're seeing so many good things, so many friends showing up here. As a reminder, give us a like and a share on Facebook. We give you a toast just like we do those fighters who get finishes within regulation. Some exchanging, some pummeling happening here as they break in action. And Anders comes in with a good combination here. He is connecting, switches it up, goes straight down to picking him up. And instead, Stewart, now maybe in the process of getting ragdolled, it looked like he was trying to get that Kimura grip, but that was not the opportune time to do it. Anders was almost building that into the expectation, and Stewart is starting to wilt just a little bit up against the cage. Body coming a little bit unkept here as he gets not flattened out, but basically just drawn to the ground. He starts to get back up, but he is taking some heavy hits here by Anders. Anders connecting a couple times, and he's evading all of the punches from Stewart, who's just going in out of instinct. But man, the recognition by Anders here on ducking some of those shots is beautiful. Now at this point, Stewart was literally just sticking his hand out just to see if any part of that would connect. Anders does get a knockdown here, and we might see the finish to a parlay of both Kevin and friend of the show here. And I'll get back to you in a second here, Omaid, but I want to make sure if we see a fight finish here, we can celebrate properly. And hey, I mean, Stewart is trying to fight his way back into this. There's a nice knee. Opportunity is knocking on all fronts here as Anders is connecting on almost a 95% ratio as he comes back in to get a takedown. Literally just tosses him down. Yeah, talk about Kevin's here. No, we just went through this. God damn it, not again. No. The fuck? No, come on. Literally the same shit as last week. Mario Yamasaki feelings. Yeah. I think Stewart is pointing to the part on his head where he got hit. No. What's up, Sven? Nah, Sven showed up just to have some PTSD with me. Thank you, Sven. What's up, Anthony Arnall? What's up, cousin? Hope you're good. I mean, Anders is looking confused, but the rest of us know. And it says it didn't even land clean either. Hit the hand first. Yeah, I know. Again, they should really review that rule. Let's put it this way. Okay, if you're in a street fight, obviously, like, no one gives a fuck. And we really do try to come up with rules that have a certain kind of, like, listen, we're civilized people fighting each other, but they are in a cage fighting, so it does get dicey. I would prefer not to see grounded opponents like that get kneed. This just fucking sucks, dude. Because you could be winning a fight pretty dominantly, and then it's called off. Cool! Fun story. Okay. Eric Anders comes over to shake his hand. Stewart doesn't even look like he wants to, and Herb Dean is like, nah, dude, you guys do not get to hang out right now. We're taking him directly to his stool over on the corner. You guys are both in timeouts. Stewart's like, why are we not continuing? I don't understand what's happening here. This is annoying. Okay. Can I just express something here very quickly, and you guys can agree or disagree with me. I don't care either way. When they have a fight like this where there is something controversial that happens, like, we should just say, if there is an illegal knee to the head, just show it the once. I don't need to see it 5 more times. And I know people might be coming in late, but fuck them. Every time I see that fucking knee that happened last week, I have a bad thing that goes through my head where I go, oh God, that was such a fun fight and he would have won. But instead, you get the whole drama where you get people calling Aljo an actor, which I kind of understand, but it wasn't his fault. Then you see him cheersing, which not exactly the smartest things to do after getting a possible concussion with your pals. The real drama for Aljo was the fact that he was being so overdramatic with the belt inside of the octagon and then was holding it a little bit later. So I feel like all those memes make 100% sense. I have no issue with that. It's just when they do happen and he comes over and he's like, you know what? My coaches told me you should be proud of yourself. And I am. Just don't do the dumb theatrics. Like, literally all of us would have been like, yeah, you know what? I think you have a point. And Herb Dean was going to raise his hand because he was winning the fight. And Stewart still doesn't want to shake his hand because he's looking at him like, bro, how could you almost beat me and then illegally make it so that I can't be in the fight anymore? Like, you were losing the fight, Stewart. So here's what I'm really mad again about, which is y'all are costing my boy Kevin Ross his fucking parlay. So this is some bullshit that's not just affecting me, but the people who I know and who are close to me will not be able to collect on the money that they are due because of dumb bullshit like this, where you were winning. You were winning. Anyway, what's up, Spiraling? And it says, fight should have been called 20 seconds earlier. I agree with that. What is up? I don't understand how guys are still doing this. I know. It's still so fucking baffling. Although, let's be very clear. There is a difference between Eric Anders, who's kind of like, should I knee him? And last week, Peter Yan going like, hey, everybody, I'm gonna knee him. Should I? And they go, sure, why not? And he goes, okay. Oh, no. Like, there is a difference. Eric Anders, a little bit more on the intent of, this seems like fun. Oh, shit. The rule. I understand if it's fight week and maybe you're not watching every fight that's happening in front of you, but maybe don't replicate the one that you saw last week that was played 1 million times. Now, granted, this won't be played as much, but, you know, you're going to make SportsCenter for the wrong reasons. Just saying. It's just very disappointing. Anyway, what's up, RA 140? Herb insisted to the doctor to make a decision, had to think about the fighter's well-being. Sucks to see the fight end this way. Yeah, it sucks. What's up, Justin? Y'all showing up just to talk about this. Kevin, I'm livid. I know, dude. I'm so sorry. Listen, my boy Kevin needs to eat. And Kevin just doesn't pick up a hamburger at fucking McDonald's When he takes out his queen, he goes to eat at the nicest fucking places possible. You know why? Not only because he wants to live like a king, but also because he's trying to stimulate this fucking economy again. So you know what you did here, Eric Anders? You fucked the economy. I'm just going to say it out loud. You're a friend of the show. If you have issues with this, take it up with our mutual friends, not with me, because I'm far too out of your league. Like, I can't fight with you. Like, you're way better than me. I guess what I'm saying here is I'm really pissed about it, and I'm expressing the disgust on behalf of both myself, my friends, my family, and also really yourself, because you're going to see that fight back and you're going to go, fuck. Anyway, Mastro's is expensive. The doctor making that call sucks because the guy was messed up from the punches, not that knee. Yeah, absolutely. And it says, well, it was an illegal blow. Guys, we can debate this for days. We can all figure this out as we go. But the important thing to note here is he was winning the fight. Like, Anders was winning that fight pretty handily. And if he just, much like Peter, didn't pick the stupidest way possible to have it end, not finish, we might be having a very different discussion here. We might be having raised glasses and cheers to be made. But instead, all of us are angry. We're trying to figure out how we feel about this. I think we all know, actually, how we feel about it, if we're being honest. We're just angry. We're expressing our anger. The next one, you know, where are we at? Is it anger? Where do we go from here? Do we go to negotiating or bargaining? We're going through the stages of grief, I guess is what I'm saying here. And it says, can't be mad at that result. Yes, we can. It was actually better than taking the DQ. Wasn't good either way. What's up, Leon? Thank you for joining us at our most somber hour. Rich, was that a new place that you were showing on your Instagram stories? I didn't really get to see the context for it. If so, congratulations. If not, I don't care. Here's what I'm going to say. I see a note here from a maid that says, hi, buddy. Hi. B-Law by round 5. Okay. And it says, how's your friend Drew Dober doing? He say you're your friend. And it says, is he okay, boss? Yeah, he's good, man. He took the loss in stride. He put up a post the next day that just said, you know, I'll take a lot from this loss and I'll move forward. That's what Drew does, man. Drew's a beast. And we love him. Appreciate you asking, especially after last week when you didn't like Drew. It happens. I get it. It says, yes, and thank you. Well, dope, dude. It looks like a good spot. I'm very excited to go give you guys a visit sooner than later. I think after I finish this next gig that I'm working on, the job, I'm going to have some free time. So I definitely want to come down and visit y'all, get some training in, because I'm going to be super fat right now. Not going to lie. When Corona hits and there are less gyms, and also Raph has craft service at his fingertips, it's not the funnest of times for Raph. Anyway. For Anders. No, I know. It's fucking dumb, dude. Allow us to just fucking say it's dumb. What's up, Tappa Jappa? So anyway, a good time to remind you guys, give us a like and a share over on your Facebook. We will give you a toast. If you give us a subscription on your YouTube page at Grappling Hour, we will give you a toast. And if you share this on your Instagram and tell people to come join us, we will give you a cheers just like we do fighters that get finishes within regulation. And no, Eric does not count. And it says, hi, you buy all pay-per-view every time? Yes. Though our fans do not. Just don't tell anybody that. Yeah, that's the right answer. That's what I'm going to go with. Who do you got now, Raph? You're saying for this next fight that's coming up? Let me see here. Are you talking about Manuel Cape or Manel Cape versus Matthias Niccolo? What's up, Drain Daddy? Good to see you back, my friend. Manel Cape and Matthias Niccolo. I'm going to be honest. I either don't know them, what's up, Trippy Mangoes, or I need to be reminded who they are. In which case, I'm not going to pretend like I know them. So either way, we're going to get a good, what is this? I like to call nights like tonight, like a good refresher course on some of the fighters. Because sometimes I'm like, I don't remember who they are. And yo, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. That's not what we do here. It says, just ordered Domino's. Kind of feel bad. We're experiencing a pretty big snowstorm. Dude, that sucks, man. Also in California, it was cold. I had to wear a jacket, bro. So, same. I will tell you this. I did my time. I lived in Illinois for 3 years and Kentucky for 2. After that, I was good with snow. Not necessary. Highly overrated. The first night there was snow, I moved in college with a group of people who were all from California. And when we ran outside on our first snow, we were taking photos and being like, yay, snow, this is amazing. And then night 2, we were like, this is so fucking stupid. I fucking hate you, snow. Poor Andre, he fucked up, had that win in the bag. Yeah, I totally agree with you, dude. We all had to go through that. What is up, Bender Martial Arts? Bender Martial Arts actually sounds like what I should have called my martial arts place. Like, I'm always on a bender, given drinking. Maybe I'll just, like, spell it a different way. Because yours is, I'm not sure, the same thing that I do, which is drinking and well and with friends. What's up, Simone TTJJ? But anyway, as we remind you guys, like and a share. Facebook, we give you a toast. Fighters who get finishes with end regulation, they get a toast. If you tell people to come join us on Instagram in a story, we give you a toast. And if you give us a subscription on YouTube, we give you a toast. We try to make it so that you guys all can get the love and appreciation that we try to have for our fighters who give us amazing finishes, because it doesn't always happen. So that's what I got. And it says, just my name. Oh, okay. I mean, it's a pretty badass name. Most people have to give themselves a nickname like Stylebender to get something like that. You have a fucking cool name just by default. Boo. It says, what you and your friends say about Leon versus Bilal, who win? I'll ask everybody here. Who do you guys have in the main event? Do you have Leon Edwards or Bilal Muhammad? Omaid wants to know. Potentially to give you shit. I can't promise you that. I can't promise you not that. But I do believe that Omaid is coming for y'all. Just saying. So, be advised. Time from Saúl vai morrer. Well, I know. It's a lot of Brazilian shit that's happening. But either way, though, Manuel Cape, Matthias Niccolo. What is up, Ricky? And it says, I've trained with Bilal. He has 0 quit. That's pretty dope. Look at this guy coming in. Bender over here coming in with the best celebrity name drop that we could give. Like, oh, you know, I have trained with him. Has anyone else? Is it just me? Oh, it's cool. It says Cape. He didn't slap Ian McCall on Ryzen weigh-in. If so, didn't he slap? That was a question. And it says, if so, I pick Nico. I see a note here that says, I'm rooting for Muhammad, but I see Edwards as the more well-rounded fighter. Therefore, I will take Edwards for the win. Okay, here's what I'm going to say to you. I really like Bilal. Earlier today, I was kind of feeling to root more for Edwards, though. I can't give you 100% up or down on that. That may be a game time decision. That may be me walking out and feeling, you know, the outside and kind of doing one of these and seeing which way the wind blows. We'll see. You said Niccolo is a wizard on the ground. Yes, let's get some refreshers on this one. So he was in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. I do remember some of these fights. Him versus Louis Smolka. I remember that. I remember him versus Bruno Mesquita. John Moraga. I know I saw it, but I cannot remember it for the life of me. And his last fight was at Brave CF25. And that was all the way back in August of 2019. Holy shit. That was a long time ago. How old is the dude? 28 years young. It says Muhammad for the win. He's hungry. Okay. Just says, give me a good match. This is the guy who slapped Ian McCall. Oh no, that is the guy. Yeah, that's a rough one. Manuel Cape, or Manuel Cape, his last fight was a loss against Alexandre Pantoja, but he has wins over Risen. Yeah, that was him. Holy fuck. Dude, that's why I blocked that out of my fucking memory. Holy shit. Yeah, and he had a win over Ian McCall. We were all sad because he got slapped, and then, oh shit. Drain Daddy, I knew it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Because that's the thing. When somebody slaps somebody else, you feel like you're rooting for the person who got slapped to win the fight. And that was one of the times where McCall ended up losing, and I go, ugh, dicey. Oh, this dude! Matthias Niccolo. Okay, now I remember him. Dude, yeah. Now I remember. And you know what it is? I think his tattoo is one that's reminding me of him. I think that's part of the reason why, if you're going to be a fighter, you should get a pretty memorable tattoo so that dummies like me will remember your whole fight career just by going, that dude! Right. Okay. Good to know. It says right here, he did practice with Khabib for this fight. This is the first 5th round for Bilal. Yes. We'll see how that works out for him. But right now, we are in the process of watching the beginnings. Oh, thank you for the kiss. That's very nice, Ring Girl. And it says, I was bummed Uncle Creepy lost. How can you root against Uncle Creepy? I mean, just for the nickname. But everything else, he's dope. We like him. Nice kick there by Niccolo in the yellow trunks. Black trunks belonging to Cape. I guess we're rooting against Cape on this one for that. Hard to say. And it says there was a gigantic top ramen with limbs behind the fighters that watched the slap. I remembered that. I gotta be honest with you. Of all the gimmicky nonsense I think I've seen in MMA, if I was on press row covering that, where the cup of noodles are dancing behind you, I think I wouldn't enjoy it. But from watching it in my house, I laughed my ass off for, I think, a week because I saw the cup of noodles and I said, I can't take you seriously, Risen. It's too stupid. And I think that's their weird demo. Do they exist anymore? Are they done? It's hard to remember at this point. I may have to look them up in a second. So the tattoo on this dude, now that I'm really looking at it, it's not great. Like, the back tattoo is super messy. It's like one of those artists that draw like the circle a little too wide on the outside. It's like the guy realized who was doing the tattoo maybe about midway through, hey dude, I kind of drew this one crooked. So, my bad. It's just on your body forever. So, oops. But he does look like a demonic Mr. Burns. So there is that. That's like kind of cool, right? Hopefully. Eek. Also, you fight for a living so people will see it. He's probably the fighter that like comes with the option of, can I wear a t-shirt? It's against the rules because I would really appreciate to fight in a t-shirt. That would be great. For me, can I? Okay, cool. However, Niccolo working nicely from the top section here, using a little bit of some shoulder pressure, but he gets pulled into guard very quickly by Cape, who, again, I think we're all actively rooting against, if I'm mistaken. 2:38 is on the clock, as now you can see the corner has a clock. Didn't know that exists, but that's pretty dope to see. Or was that the one that they were talking about Fight Kings provided for the people? If so, takedown, where's the respect? Listen, dude. You wrestlers want every wrestling thing ever denoted. Being like, he wrestled him down. Let's give respect to wrestling. We know he's down. I just didn't see exactly how he did it because I was talking to you guys and keeping a monitor. But let's give some respect to this guillotine choke, which, so close to being a very powerful one. But instead, Cape taking advantage of the dispatch between the two of them. Kaikara France basically just tweeted out right now, okay, I see you flyweights. 148 on the clock right now. And Cape looking really angry, like he was going to lose his neck and wants to make somebody pay for it. Like the wrestlers are like, where's the respect? You have a whole sport called wrestling. Aren't there a whole bunch of wrestling things that are happening this weekend? You should be fine. Nice takedown there by Niccolo. Excellent work. He did a good job with his wrestling, which was very good and impressive. And all of us are stunned with our mouths agape. What I can tell you is this, though. When we acknowledge the excellence of work here, you might also want to keep in mind that Cape has actually been pretty good about utilizing the space. He went immediately to a close guard, even in his guard right now, trying to work for an armbar. Niccolo not giving him any space to do it, trying to get in a couple shots here to do it. And it says, I've officially muted my TV. You are way more entertaining. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And I'll promise you, we will be forever. Because DC, not where it's at. Love him, just put him on a desk. And Bisping, you know, I've heard better. Anyway, dude's working from inside the guard. It's 15 seconds. Probably won't get too much damage from here, which means we're probably going to see a second round in a few seconds. So now is a good time to ask you guys, who do you think won that very first round? Would you say it's Niccolo? Because if you did, you are correct. And we're at commercial. It says, Cape to wrestling coach, you're fired. I will tell you this, Bender Martial Arts. Thank you for expressing what I'm feeling. He writes, P.S. Shut up, wrestlers. We get it. You're tough. So let me tell you the worst thing I saw this week, which was Jan getting a talking to from Khabib. And Khabib goes to shake his hand after winning this weekend. And he tells him, congratulations. You know why you won? Wrestling. Wrestling is power. And all I could think of was, I think Khabib is factually right here because the takedowns made the difference between him and Izzy. However, are we really going to have to listen to fucking wrestlers talking about how good they are? Yeah, we get it. Wrestling is power, blah, blah, blah. You know what else is power? Knowledge. Khabib. Why don't you send some money to NBC? Knowledge is power. You can also send it to G.I. Joe. Send a check to G.I. Joe. Tell them knowledge is power. That's a thing. Wrestling it's power, but knowledge. Take that. What's up, Darce Knight? Good to see you. We got trained soon. It says Cape got his ass kicked. Yeah, I think we're all in agreement on that one here. Carlos, hope you're having a great night. We're just watching us some UFC Vegas 21. We've got Cape. We've got Niccolo. Niccolo winning that first round in all of our opinions here. So we're keeping things going very nicely. Cape's starting to try and headhunt here. And he is stalking Niccolo. It looked like for a split second he connected. Oh, look, the wrestling didn't work there. Are we supposed to comment when the wrestling doesn't work? Anyway, moving on. Cape doing some excellent combinations here. And I think Niccolo is a little bit more under duress and really wants to make sure he doesn't take too many of these hits. That last almost feint that he was doing ended up with him looking like he's a little bit behind, where the rest of the fight, Niccolo's looked really sharp, but instead, I think he ran into Cape's fist and then backed off of it. Like, I think he ran into it and in a cartoon way got bounced off, which is pretty funny, if we're being honest. NBC, the more you know. I know, dude, but NBC had a lot of PSAs. Don't forget that. I work for NBC. I know what they do. I've seen what's been trademarked. Woo! Nice hit there by Niccolo, though. But look at this. If you notice, Niccolo's kind of busted up here. A little bit on that right side of his head. Got a little bit of the Crimson Mask going on, and Cape is trying to go a little bit more to the work on the body. Woo, Niccolo taking some shots there, dude. Yeah, Niccolo, we need to get that takedown again because you need to defend Uncle Creepy's honor. I know that's years ago, but a lot of us are still hung up on that, especially here in our chat section. Ooh, Cape unleashing some anger. 2:43 left. We're almost at the midway point, and Cape is doing an excellent job switching things up here, making the momentum shift in his favor. And even on that, he pulled back the knee. Beautifully done so that he could connect with a couple of his strikes. And yeah, he is landing way, way more in this round. And I do want to see some stats on this, but look at that. Feigning the knee so that you can bring in your jab and your hook. Those are excellent moves by Cape's part. And this is probably a strategy that it took one Niccolo 3 minutes to figure out here, but maybe some kicks might help. That might get you some distance. There we go, my friend. Wrestling-ish. Mostly it's just Niccolo kind of coming in to see if he can attack from both the knee tap and coming in with a giant club clothesline, and does not fully get the takedown, but instead both the gents are up. And you can see that Niccolo, even when trying to go over that hand, is doing it to mitigate any kind of attacks that might be coming his way. And it says Cape's hands are quick. Absolutely, dude. Yo, I don't like how smooth they're looking in this round. We're all trying to root here for Niccolo. Let me see. I also noticed that y'all have been very, very opinionated in terms of wanting to see Cape lose, but look at these strikes. I was wondering what it would be at, but yeah, round 2, a 30-9 differentium, and there's still 1 minute to go. And I don't love the fact that Niccolo is not really showing too much in this round. I think he's a little lost. If he's able to put together some of these kicks to gain a little bit more distance, he might be able to maybe feint the kick and come in for a shot. At this point, I think he's just kind of a little bit scared. Bro, listen, Cape's so disappointed in you, he's letting you stand back up. He's like, dude, come on. I said feint the kick. I didn't say kick him and then tragically kick yourself onto your own butt, but that's what happened, I guess. 30 seconds left, round 2. Looks like we're likely going to see a third here, unless Cape makes something very aggressively happen. That was good. I will give you that, Niccolo. You got in, you found the chin there, good uppercut. Cape doesn't give a fuck, comes in with a flying knee, and you do see Niccolo move out of the way. Meanwhile, 10 seconds left here, and Cape's still stalking him down, dude. This is going to be a very dicey thing. If you are Niccolo's corner, ooh! Nice. Nothing that happened there from Cape. Cape, let's keep it on the hands. And spinning back kick could have been bad if it was a little bit later. What's up, Heather Woods? Anyway, weird round. Not unexpected, 100%. I mean, Cape when not really facing a threat of a takedown, proved to be pretty good in that round. It's just, I think we're worried about you, Niccolo. I think we're seeing this fight 1-1. It says tied going into the third. I see Cape winning if he keeps him standing. Well, yes. But you know what's really happened here, Rich, is the fact that you do see Niccolo just, I don't think he feels good to getting those takedowns, dude. I think that he doesn't know how to step it up and find his angle in, because he seems to keep getting pummeled every time he wants to maybe shoot in for something. Or he's about to shoot in and goes, I don't want to. And same, I get it. I've been there. Wrestling hard. I get it. All right. Round number 3. Last round. Let's see how this one goes. Woo! Cape coming in. If you were his corner, though, you are probably telling Niccolo, yo, if you get this takedown, we got a shot here, my fan. Evil Mr. Burns tattoo on the back, not helping you right now. And it does say live in round wagering after round 2. Cape -500, Matthias Niccolo at +300. I mean, depending on the takedown, that plus 300 isn't the worst. It's just he's not giving you too much evidence to believe he might be able to get it here. He is capable. I think his problem is he knows that he has to get on the inside to feel comfortable for his takedown range. Last couple times, he's just been stuffed before he even tried, and that's problematic. All right, I can get behind these, dude. They may not hurt Cape too much, but at least you're kind of score up higher on the points. And again, I know I called for Niccolo to get some kicks in. The kicks aren't great, but they at least keep Cape at bay for a little bit. And he does connect there, and it says he's got to set up those takedowns. Last takedown, he spent too much energy. I agree. Every time I've seen him kind of even look like he's going to shoot in, but he has like that loss of confidence, like, nah, I can't do it. But Niccolo coming a little bit more alive in this round. Got to give him that. Cape responding quite nicely there. That is difficult, I will say. Once you're starting to box somebody and you see the speed of their hands, things can change very nicely for you. And he might be in on a single here. I would try and take this dude over to the cage because letting him back into it is problematic. Dude, no, don't let him punch you from standing up. He's very, very, very much wanting you to stand up, and you to be very careful about how you choose to stand up because he is just waiting like a lion with an open cage there. What is up, Jay Costa? Glad you can join us. My name's Rafa Sparza. You are watching the Verbal Tap and the Grappling Hour simulcast of our fight companion for UFC Vegas 21. Are you butt scooting in this, bro? Not the time. Tell you this, not great at wrestling. Not gonna butt scoot in a fight. It says Cape learned wrestling between round and 2. Crazy. Uploaded like the Matrix. Yeah, I mean, you know what Cape did? Cape said, you know what really kills a takedown? A punch. It says Cape defends takedown well with a waist underhook. Absolutely. That was nice. Look at that, Niccolo. Yeah, I don't know, man. Cape basically every time he's gotten into a bad takedown scenario, I think that he has one of the most prominent things you see with most wrestlers, which is just get back up. You don't have time to even think. You just need to find your way back into it. And credit to him, man. So even if he doesn't know how to really initiate his own takedown, he has the right mentality for don't let this become something that's going to stick. You got to get immediately back up. It says very nice here. We're at what, a minute 30 left to go? This could be Niccolo's round, y'all. Like this is tough on this third round. If Cape can make a really good statement in this last 90 seconds, he could change things. But initially, Niccolo was making a pretty good statement. Ooh, nice. That was more of a slap on that first one, but that second hand was a nice hook. It says Niccolo is still landing, but doesn't have the power to hurt Cape. Absolutely. Cape is walking through them. It's almost like he's like, bro, these are pillows. I don't even feel them. Although if you look at Cape, at that certain point, you know, Cape's jab looks pretty good all the way through. This is tough, dude. I'm not exactly sure they're going to score this all the way. Especially, I mean, if we know it's coming to this third round, it has to be a statement. Woo! And that's the worst part. We're looking at a point now where any small mistake, if you are Niccolo trying to go for a takedown and it just doesn't work, could cost you the fight at this point. But yet that takedown is probably the one that he needs to really secure him the decision, because if you leave it straight into the hands, Cape is still ahead 25-24 on significant strikes. And that was, ooh, nice knee. It might be teetering back on over to Cape's way. That's going to look like a knockdown. And that knee right there with what was at the very beginning of some controlled pressure, I think Cape might just eke this one out. And yeah, both these gents looking pretty tired and worse for the wear. And that, my friends, will do it for this fight. As you do see, Niccolo kind of walking away like, yeah, I will fight you. I will fight you. I got to go, though. I have to be over. No, I can't fight you right now. I have to leave. Anyway, what's up? Nice knee, I noticed, is Brandon Walensky. If you guys are looking for a place to train down in San Diego, go see my friend Brandon Walensky. He's got an excellent Darce. That's about it. I don't know too much else about his jiu-jitsu game. I haven't trained with the guy yet, but he's really good. Also, I owe him a visit. I want to go see his gym once gyms are open. Wink. Yes, would definitely love to go visit that place. Brandon is a beast. Love that guy. Jason Bender. How does one get lucky enough to have a name called Bender? That's such a badass name. Good for you, bro. I guess I don't dislike the stupidity of a Mutombo. Like, fucking block off right there. Anyway, yeah, Cape wins. Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point we're all good on that. Good time to remind you guys, like and a share gets you a toast on air. I think Adam Woods, your owed one, will get you one in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and give this a share over on my Facebook real quick so that we can get some people to come in there. It says, you need to visit Chicago. I would, bro, and I'll tell you why. My wife, her family is from Illinois, and we haven't been there in years, but I do want to make my way back on out to Chicago. On the Grappling Hour, when we have more gyms open, I want to go out and do more gym visits and do some remotes for our show and get to roll with some of the folks out in those different places. I love Chicago. It's one of my favorite places to visit. Just not during the winter. You know, y'all are too cold, and I'm not about that life anymore. But love it. Miss the food terribly as well. No! You know what? I'll say this. That's what you get for slapping Uncle Creepy. Take that. Did you deserve this loss? Probably not. But it's a very strange decision. And normally I can kind of work with some of the refs and kind of understand where they might be coming from. This is not one of those cases. Are they going to interview Cape? Are they going to do the translator thing, or does he speak the English? Don't know. Please hit me up when if you do. Absolutely, my friend. I love going to visit gyms. I would love to. I definitely need to train out in Chicago because I really wasn't training as much when I did live out in Illinois. Although, to be fair, that wasn't my fault. When I was out in Illinois, I really wanted to train. And I was going to school out at Illinois State University. And I was looking for a place to train that didn't have jiu-jitsu gyms. And it was right around the time The Ultimate Fighter was starting to blow up big. And then for my master's program, when I went out to Kentucky, I went to look for a place to train, and I saw that Illinois State University had just opened up a jiu-jitsu gym. And then when I left Kentucky, they were just opening up a gym. So it seemed like any time I left, people opened up places. And it says, but also, Kevin says, kept my second parlay alive, so I'll take it. Listen, dude, we love nothing more than people getting a second chance at parlays. The bonuses, the money, I'm back in because you lost your first parlay due to some bullshit. So let's do it. It says for the gigantic top ramen. I mean, even looking at these stats, the control time wasn't really a submission heavy threat, but it was definitely at a disadvantage for the significant strikes. So you wrestlers are really trying to take advantage of those 2 takedowns as an equalizer, when in actuality, we know the bigger factor was that 3rd round. He does speak the English. He says he's been going through a lot, and he's very honored to be there. Also, very good to be here. And DC is asking him the controversial question, did you feel you did enough? And he said, yeah, I'm pretty sure I did a lot, dude. And like more, right? And he said, of course, it was a close fight. And that's not his job. That's actually a fair way to answer that question. Do you feel like you won that because you didn't? It's not my job. And go fuck yourself, DC. How about that? But yes, 73 strikes for Cape. Yeah, dude. He probably won that one. Let's just be real. But, oh God. So who are the people who are sitting in these seats? Experience a line pay-per-view inside the Apex Center, a seat sweepstakes. One lucky fan and a guest can attend UFC 260. It seems stupid enough I should enter. Because I would wear my verbal tap shirt and I'd bring my wife, or would I have to bring Kevin? Oh, that might get weird. I think I have to bring Kevin. Though, you know what's weird? Okay, so when we do all these fight companions and stuff, obviously we get questions like, how does your wife feel about it? And the answer is, she knows this is the business and what we do. But when we were in our youths, we used to go see fights all the time. So she always knew this was part of the deal. Does she love it every week? No. But there are a lot of fights she does get very excited for. So that is one of the unfortunate things, was that we just decided, we're like, you know what? Bars kind of suck. We don't need to go to bars to see fights. We'll just fucking order them. And then once we started doing the podcast, we were like, fuck that. Bars suck. Let's just stay home and watch these things. But Kelly, she loves herself some fights. So it's one of the nice things about having a ride or die who is a fight fan. It says, am I crazy for thinking the final round should be worth more than previous rounds? I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't know how I initially feel about a bonus super round in terms of a fight. I'll have to think about that one. I don't want to say you're fucking... Don't worry. People in our comment section will call you fucking crazy. Good. No post fight chest hair rants. Good. It says, is it the same Davey Grant who lost to Chris Holdsworth in the Ultimate Fighter final? Anybody know? It should be. And Davey is a friend of the show, so we're going to be rooting for him. Actually, both Davey and Holdsworth are friends of the show, so each round needs to be judged and based solely on the events in that round. So to jump off on that Kevin point that he just brought up here, and again, Bender, love you, last name, awesome. What I would say is, if you do something like that, you may make it even more impossible for people to ever beat the champ. We get asked this question every once in a while, which is, do you believe that you have to beat the champ in order to really get away with a win? And I look back at certain fights, and that mentality, I think, has kind of changed over the years. But just think about all the things. It's like, dude, sometimes when you say you have to beat the champ to take the belt away, it's almost like you have to win a phantom 6 round. It's like you have to do enough damage to have won the best out of 6 rounds, which is kind of ridiculous. Because that's what you do if you open up the last round should be worth more. So that's kind of dicey to me. It says, those lucky fans look like the same ones who won on the last pay-per-view. I'll tell you this much. UFC fight fans don't have a lot of variance to them. If you've been to any bar to watch them, yo, is that dude named Dragon as his nickname? Let's research more into this, because eek, I want to know more about that. How the fuck you get Dragon as a fucking nickname? Jonathan Martinez is a mixed martial art fighter, competes in the bantamweight division. Other names, the Dragon. Fascinating. What is up? Oh no, I gotta fucking plug this thing in. Apologies. Never been choked harder than by Holdsworth. Well, definitely is gonna be Milton, I'll tell you that. Dude, Holdsworth and I have yet to train, though. That was one of the only things. Our circles have never actually corresponded in that way. So at some point, he and I will probably have to train, though. If I can, I will probably try to avoid it for as long as possible. So Andre Stol-Dortis. That's a mouthful of a name. Yeah, Holdsworth was a good sport about us giving him shit the entire time he was on The Ultimate Fighter. We used to do a segment on the show when we first started on Verbal Tap, where we would do the Ultimate Fighter 1 minute review. The bit was that it never went 1 minute. It was just me doing impressions of the fighters and jokes about the fighters to the fighters' faces. And originally we were just doing it as a bit, but then we found out the fighters were actually listening to it. And all things considered, thought we were funny enough. So that's when they offered to come on the shows. And when I tagged Holdsworth, I was like, we'd like to interview you, but we kind of do this thing where we roast you. Are you okay with that? And he goes, he was like, yeah, that's cool, man. Like, yeah, dude, it's like, you guys can roast me. It's fine. I was like, well, I kind of do an impression of you. And he goes, oh, you do? And I was like, yeah, you know, because you have like nasal, you know, you kind of talk like a nerd, and I gotta kind of make fun of you for that. And he's like, dude, all right. And then he came on and he had a blast. So Holdsworth is good people. You think Bender is a cool name? First time I got my nose broke was in a Muay Thai with a training partner with a real name, I swear, Jeremy Dragon. That's not a real name. I refuse under any circumstance to believe that, first of all, you got hit by a person named Jeremy Dragon, and that was his real name. So I once got rear-ended when I was visiting a friend at USC by a woman who was named Bessie. And I was like, hold up, what's your name? When we were trying to exchange information. And she goes, my name is Bessie. And I go, like the cow? What parent is going to name their child Bessie like the cow? And she was like, oh my God, please don't like report me, because like this is my third time like hitting someone, and like, oh my God, like I can't, and like I need to keep my license. And I was like, well, maybe don't rear end people. Also, this is your third time. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why don't you take a look at if maybe, just maybe, you should have your license revoked, Bessie? So the joke with all my friends when I came back was, I was like, yeah, this woman named Bessie hit my car. And they're like, the cow? And I go, I don't want to talk about it. So I have the inverse version of your story. Holdsworth is so badass, it's a shame he basically retired from fighting. Agree, but I'm happy his health is good and that he seems to be doing well. But Holdsworth, I saw that he was getting back to some jiu-jitsu competition. That's really where he should be, all things considered. I just like, true story. God, Jeremy Dragon is a fucking fire name. Also, you can't introduce somebody named Jeremy Dragon. You can't say like, oh, do you know my friends? This is Kevin Ross. This is Rich Areola. And this is my pal, Jeremy Dragon. I'm sorry, what now? Yeah, Jeremy Dragon. As in the dragons that you imagine. That's not a real person. You are making this up. No, dude, check it out. You got to bust out the fucking ID card on almost every time you talk to somebody there. It's fucking too much. Jeremy Dragon's dad must have changed his last name, like me changing my to Joe Kickass. Yeah. What a thing to live up to. It's like our buddy Thor. It's like, dude, you could have only been a fighter. You can't be Thor the accountant. It's like you were destined to be a fighter. Your family knew you were going to have to fight. All right, here we go. It says it was a Romanian name or some shit. I saw the dude's license. Some fake ID shit, bro. You definitely saw a McLovin license plate or driver's license there, my friend. Martinez in the green trunks because brown, and Grant in the white, silverish trunks because white. Does that clear it up for you? It's pretty easy. All right, 4 minutes, 26 seconds on my clock. Hopefully you were somewhere in the same region. And you're seeing Davey, friend of the show, get some nice, getting some nice movement in here. I do like when they summarize the nicknames. We got Martinez the Dragon versus Dangerous Davey coming up. It's reminiscent of the UFC of old when they used to do subtitled names. Nice reaction there by Martinez, though. He kind of tagged Grant on a couple of those. Then, for extra good measure, kicks on the inside of Grant's left leg. Grant responds with a spinning back kick. Does not have real connection on that. But the two gents already showing us, look at this. Enjoying this. Look at that. Dude, Davy Grant coming in with that fucking Irish footwork right there. And it says, I say Dragonheart, Martinez by KO. Okay. I see you. If you're going to say Dragonheart, it's going to make me do my Sean Connery impression. So don't make me do it, because I will. It really doesn't take much to make me do an impression. I don't do them on command because I'm not a monkey, but it's very easy to suggest I would want to do one. Yeah, I want... Ooh, nice work there. Davy Grant was pressing forward, but Martinez fired back. Nothing too crazy between that exchange there. You said do it. All right, I'll do some play-by-play in a second here of Sean Connery. I just don't want to miss too much here. Ooh. All right. Here's Sean Connery doing some play-by-play. Now, of course, you're looking at Martinez. He's getting in some excellent kicks to the side of the leg. But this clever minx seems to be coming in with a few punches of his own. The question is, does dangerous Davy Grant have enough to pull off the upset here? Is that good? You guys happy with that? Calf kicks are nasty. Fuck yeah, dude. Oof. Yo, I don't even want to get to the part where I learn calf kicks. If I'm being really honest, in my very, very limited understanding of all things boxing and striking, it is still, like, everything is a mystery, but calf kicks are especially a mystery, because I'm like, yo, you teach me this, I feel like I'm going to do it to somebody who probably doesn't deserve it. Like, somebody who has bad weight service might get calf kicked. Just saying. I don't know that I'm the right person to teach that to. 139, Davy Grant switching the stances again. Comes in with another spinning back kick. Martinez finding more on the button here consistently, though. Davy's putting a lot of power into these shots right now, and they are mostly getting blocked. Martinez finding, though, his range isn't quite always going to connect. Now Davy Grant doing that fucking blood sport sort of stance with his arms. As if just hanging them out here, just to be like, let's do it, bro. Let's go. Well done. Thank you. Ask Freddie how they feel. Bro, I love the fact that you and Freddie are paired up, because all I ever think of is Freddie's a nice human being. I love that guy. Who's he paired up with because of size? Oh, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin's going to fuck him up right now. Like, that's not good. Yeah, Kevin doesn't have a dial down. That's amazing, though. I saw that Milt was doing calf kicks week with you, and I go, yeah, every gym in the world is definitely doing calf kicks. No, Martinez. No, don't you put away dangerous Davy right now. You got 20 seconds left. Davy, you better clinch the fuck out of that motherfucker. Pull him into a guard, wrap the legs. No. Don't butterfly hook there. You need to go full guard at this point, my friend. That butterfly hook is a pretend butterfly hook. You need to close guard, and you need to survive for 6 seconds, because you were on Dream Street for just a half second, and that is not good enough, and that gives him just enough time to make it to the buzzer. Davy, all things considered, looking over at his corner like, yeah, it wasn't great. Dragonheart has a novel tattooed on his quad. We'll get to that point. He's so nice. Only I can beat him up. No one else. That's fair. It's a very brotherly sort of description to it. Though it is kind of nice whenever I see y'all dorks doing your shit talking to each other. Because I'll just hear him off in the back. I mean, I will say, of all of our crew, Freddie is probably the DC of everybody. Because you can tell he's instigating some shit, and you'll look at it and you go, I don't know what he's instigating, but it's not good. Someone's going to get punched as a result of this. It says that was almost a KO saved by the buzzer. Ish. I feel like he did just enough in the last 20 seconds to show he was in the fight still, but still dicey. No thanks. All right, round number 2. Davey, you cannot sleep on this man. You need to come out aggressive, and we need to have a very solid plan for Martinez. Martinez going to use that fucking brown fighter. I was going to quote Joey Diaz, but I didn't want to do that. Joey Diaz is just like, one day Joey Diaz and I were talking, and we're talking jiu-jitsu stuff. And I was telling him, I was like, yo, bro, you know, he's like, yeah, you're Mexican, right? And I was like, yeah. He goes, yeah, you motherfuckers are so fucking tough. And I go, what? And he goes, yeah, Mexicans, you guys are all fucking tough. And I go, okay, maybe, I'm sure. And he goes, yeah, my Mexican, my gardener, he like fell off a fucking roof. He got right back up. And I go, okay, but I didn't. But I appreciate the compliment. And he called me a cocksucker and we rolled. That was pretty much it. What is up, Gustavo? What is up, El Muin? How do you say that? Is it EJ Lumen? Don't know. Anyway, good to see you, bro. Every time you guys have your sign-on names, I have to read them, even though I know you personally. So when I read the sign-on names, I'm always like, I've never really... The Joey impression needs work. It's a half-ass impression. Listen, dude. It's like your finishing maneuvers. It exists, but it should be better. Back to work over here on Martinez and Grant. 3:20 left to go. Grant looking maybe a little bit better here. He does look like he has his wits about him, so that nice minute off was good work for him. Meanwhile, Martinez not even wavering, dude. Martinez looking real solid. MMA Fighting is calling Martinez the more technical approach. Yeah, I see what you're talking about now, Rich. I wasn't looking before on that tattoo. But that dude has the beginning of War and Peace on the bottom of his thigh, now that I really see it. Like, what's the point of that tattoo, though? Is it so that people can go, hey, man, can I read your leg? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. No, that's dope, dude. Really, I'm really glad you got that tattoo. Thank you. 2 minutes, 30 seconds, halfway point of the fight. Trunk color, of course. Martinez green, Grant in the white. But it really is more like silver grayish, so for just being honest. Venom probably going to be taking place, I think, at April, it looked like. Though the goddamn kit looks almost exactly the same in terms of how the shirt and the jersey looks for it. And I'm wondering if Grant's leg is okay. Trying to go, oh! Shit, he did it! Holy shit, was that a hook? Wow, Davey. Oh, the rumors of my death are out of control. Wow. Knocked out. Holy shit, indeed. Who has time to read that tattoo? Yeah, no, dude. Knockout. There goes another parlay. Kevin, what? You know what? That you have no one to blame but yourself for that one. I saw the hook first. I didn't see the actual finish. I was like, bro, if you took him out with a shot to the breadbasket, that was going to be impressive. But I did not see the left hand. Oh, dude. Oh, yeah, that hurts. Right to the body, left to the face, and collapse. Oh, did he hit his knee on his way down? That's the shit that concerns me. I don't know if a lot of people think about this. I think about it constantly. I don't think I'm worried about ever like getting knocked out, and I'm not fighting, so it's not an issue for me. But I've always worried about the fact that if I was in the process of getting knocked out, that like my body would contort so that my knee would hit my head on the way down in some way or fashion. That shit scares me. Everything else, is what it is. Bender, martial arts with the explosion, I think. Or is that a firecracker? Like, what the fuck is that? Is that like a pow? Hard to say. Nice body to the head combo. Absolutely. Yeah, I want to hear what Davey has to say. You know what that means, peer people? We get to do a toast. A nice toast to friend of the show, Davey Grant. Sorry, don't get to give one to Mexico right now. Womp womp. We give enough to Mexico. They're fine. They'll live without me. However, if you want to cheers, all you have to do, give us a like and a share on Facebook, a subscription on YouTube at Grappling Hour, or tell people on your Instagram stories to watch this. Come visit us over at Grappling Hour, and we'll give you a toast. Just tag us at Grappling Hour or at Verbal Tapcast. That's it. We'll give you a toast just like we're about to give pal of the show, Davey Grant, who, we haven't talked to in years. Now I think about it. I will say, this was the one thing that pissed me off. Yeah. That's a terrible look on that, that close-up. It's like Quentin Tarantino's favorite zoom in right now. It says, seeing people get knocked out and watching their knees fold is so cringy. It really is, dude. That's the shit. Like, and it's not like you don't see people get kneed in a fight, but that one where you knee yourself on your way down, that's the shit I hate. Everything else is somehow perfectly logically fine to me. But Davey Grant, yeah, he's a sweetheart, man. The only problem I had with Davey, and I was kind of talking about this before we had to take a moment, is that when you interview people who live in other countries, especially when you're a new emerging show, it is difficult. And, ooh, Davey is limping. Good for him, man. That's how you know adrenaline is a motherfucker, is that you literally didn't see him doing in the octagon. So that fucker was keeping it under control. We saw him having some issues with that leg, but not to the extent. Vince Morales. Wow, David Grant giving him props. Grant with a bomb. Let's see what he has to say, dude. Very excited to see him chat right now. Here we go. I wonder if you're Bisping if you want to interview Davey Grant. You're like, nah, DC, I want to take this one. He's foreign. Come on. I get the people over the pond. DC's asking him, outside of your shins, how do you feel? And they just sat him down. That's why they had the shot on DC, it looks like. Oh, God, that's so funny. Yeah, how do you not like this guy? He's great. Especially when Davey's like, I'm like a bad Disney movie. Shit goes wrong in the middle, but it all comes together in the end. And Davey says, thank you to DC. He didn't hit the knee on the way down. Thank God. Okay. And he just says he's pleased that it worked. DC is asking him, you got a win streak. Who would you like to fight next? And how soon do you want to fight? Of course, he's got wins over Martin Day and Popov. And Davey's saying he just wants to keep climbing the rankings, dude. And that's it. He just wants to get back on track and get on the main events. Yo, I forgot how old Davey is. Davey is 35. Nah. Okay, so here's an issue. When, like, foreigners across the pond start speaking really fast and you kind of look at them like, I'm picking up every fifth word. That's kind of what's happening here with Davey. I want to thank me people and over there and my friend and this guy and this. And I'm like, dude, I lost you, man. Oof, get that man a wheelchair. Oof. I don't want to see any more of him walking. Let him live. Oh, shit, dude. That sucks. Okay. All right, here's the cheers that we're doing. Look at his shins. I don't want to look at him anymore, dude. That shit sucks. The poor guy has been through enough tonight. This toast goes on out to friend of the show, one Davey Grant. Davey, listen, dude, nobody's happier for you than us over here at the show. Always been a fan ever since you came on our show. So happy to see you get the comeback win on that one. And not just the comeback win, but dude, your fucking leg. What was happening there, man? The fact that you didn't let us know it was hurting that bad, and then the immediate moment after, you start getting into this step, that's when we know that leg fucked up. Nonetheless, cheers to you, pal. Much love. Hope to talk to you soon. Wabam. I might have to get another beer soon. Okay. All right, as I said, you guys know the deal. Likes and shares on the Facebook will get you a cheers. And I do have to do one for Adam Woods. It's coming up, bro. You know it is. You know we're good for it. I'm going to give this a share over on our Facebooks. Tell some folks to join along with us. And we're going to have a great time together, y'all. So far, so good. How are you guys feeling? Are you excited for this next fight? I think I am. I'll tell you why in a second. Going down. Join along with us. Done. All right. What is up? Juz, Guz, and CZR. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's a weird ass fucking name. How you guys feeling? Throw some questions at me. I will be happy to take your questions, comments, concerns, hints, allegations, all of that good jazz. Again, our thanks to Sharner Brian Thompson for the like. If you just give us a share, we will give you a toast just like we just did for Davey Grant. Just saying. But yes, happy to discuss with you guys any questions you have on your mind, anything that's pressing you or that you would like to discuss in the moment. Happy to chat about it. Anyway, that is what we are watching this evening. Hopefully you guys are watching along with us. UFC. This is, God, what is this? Vegas 21. It's crazy to think that we've had 21 themed fight nights over at the Apex Center in addition to everything else there. And it said, what happened with the no contest? So remember that highlight that we saw last week with Peter Yan and Aljamain Sterling? The reboot of that. It was sad. Only this time in a much heavier division and one where we all had PTSD. That's what you missed. We were all very angry. I feel like you can't do that shit to us. Like us, the fight fans, who lived through that shit last week. You do that shit to us, and all of us were like, dude, give us 2 weeks. You know? Doing it the week after makes it seem like we haven't learned shit. It just sucked. Made us all so fucking mad. So why a no decision there versus Yan? On this one, the referee told the doctor to make the decision on this one. So as opposed to the referee, I think, making the decision. Because that's the difference. Also, on a prize fight, they're a little bit more, I guess, kind of like, let's just see how this works kind of a thing. It's strange. What's up, Pots Reborn? Speaking of people who like talking about wrestling all the time, Pots Reborn coming in here, wrestler himself. Though he might play it down, but he's probably not bad. Yes, Iggy and Tucker. Tucker's been on a pretty good roll lately, and there's a big opportunity with him with the Don himself. So very excited to see how this one goes in the featherweight division. They come back after their commercial break, but Tucker was somebody who got my attention on the last couple times he's been fighting. Just to kind of give you guys an idea or a reminder, where have you seen both of these gents? Last we left over with Gavin Tucker. He was fighting Billy Q, got the win over that, decision unanimous. Wins over Justin James, Songwook Choi, and Sam Cecilia. Those were his UFC ones. And it says Rogan loves Tucker. Yes, he does. I think he likes a lot of what he does with his jiu-jitsu. I've been a fan of that as well. I think he has a pretty solid rear naked choke, as they're just showing you on the clips right now. He's gotten it a number of times. But back in the day, back in 2011, he was also winning by arm bars. So dude's got a pretty good, well-rounded, all-around sort of jiu-jitsu game, just depending on what time he needs to go ahead and fight and win it is. So a little more to know, but his opponent, Dan Ige, his last fight was lost to Calvin Qatar or Cater, however you want to say it. Here in America, we call him Qatar. But Calvin Cater had a loss against him, and that was back in July 16th of last year. But he has wins over Edson Barboza, Mirsad Bektik, Kevin Aguilar, Danny Harry, Jordan Griffin, and Mike Santiago in his UFC short career thus far in. He also comes to us from the Dana White's Contender Series, where he also got a rear naked choke to come in. So just on paper, kind of an interesting little approach between the two of them. But yeah, I see you, Kalma, coming in, giving us some hot fire questions right off the top. Oh no, I accidentally pressed the turn off button, I guess, on my ESPN. I don't think I did. I think it just reset. Either way, that's what we got going on this evening. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the fights. I think you should be. We've had some fun stuff going on so far. That Davy Grant knockout, it's going to make us happy for the rest of the week. I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to be stoked seeing that win get played for that guy time and time again. So we'll see how that continues to play on out for him. Appreciate y'all for tuning in wherever you're tuning in. Don't really care where, just happy you are. We're on multiple destinations here, and we appreciate all of you who stick with us and come through. And more importantly, those of you who come in week out. You know who you are. You did. So let me see. Oh, no. I don't know why I thought I was pausing it. I'm not pausing it. Gustavo, what has been up with you, my friend? How are things going out with All Things Brave? What can we expect from you coming out soon? Always looking to keep things on the inside and on the knowledge. Kalma, if you're going to give us a like, you might as well give us a share so that we can give you a toast on air. You know the rules, friend. You know how this goes. We are more than happy to give toasts to people who deserve them. Oh, good Lord. This is not enough beer. So let's try this. Yezer, I see you. Thank you for joining. Appreciate y'all. We're having a great night thus far in. I hope that you're enjoying yourselves. If not, that's on you. But let's see. Later this week, we're going to have another Verbal Tap episode. Myself and Kevin will probably go over a little bit of what was going on over the past couple days. Plus, we'll probably have a new Grappling Hour episode sometime in the near future. We have to get one of those kids who's competing at these upcoming events. We got fucking monster events coming up. We got the next Submission Underground, which I think is SUG 21. And then we've also got, hold on, it's coming to me, Combat Jiu-Jitsu with friends of the show. I mean, we got a number of them on there, but one of the most prominent, and I think the person with a lot of heat on their name is going to be one Red Alarcon, who is a beast, man. He should do pretty well in this next one, so we'll see. But yes, sir, saying anytime. Appreciate that, my man. Let's see if Gavin Tucker can shadowbox this poor ring guard. Going even shorter on the hair right now. That's how you know he's business. As he's basically doing a little bit of back and forth work, almost like he's about to enter a mosh pit. Kind of talking himself up here. There's a nice weird bow and definitely karate inspired. Meanwhile, Dan Ige, he has an American flag that he's displaying on his icon. However, the flag behind him, we should also discuss. So, coming in from the Hawaii, he is the favorite in this fight. I wonder what that'll mean. What's up, Joey? Good to see you, bro. Be interesting to see how this fight plays out. But, yeah. Hopefully you guys are ready for it. I know I am. Oof. Is that why What's-His-Face was, Ben Folks was saying that one referee here, Beltran, needs to calm it? Did he get rid of the fucking giant? Oh my god, yeah, did he shave it off? Holy shit. Or did he just tuck it inside of his fucking polo? Alright. Ige in the black, Tucker in the white. And I see a note here from Drain Daddy saying, I am taking Dan. Okay, I see you. Anybody else here want to make any grand? No! Wow! Yo! Dan! Holy shit! That was clean. Wow. Calma, you can't say Iggy now. It's not how this works. Motherfucker. What is up, Ariaga? Yeah. Listen, I don't mind when people lose. It is just the speedy way that one Den Iggy knocked out Tucker savagely and like an assassin, dude. Now watch. Iggy comes over. And he doesn't even look like he's going to impose more of a threat because he already knows, like, the referee's going to jump in here. He knows Beltran's going to immediately come in and wave it off. But meanwhile, Iggy looks over like, yeah, I know I won and I know it impacted him, and I'm just going to take a pace and nice little stroll around the octagon here. Tell me you saw that fight, Ariaga. Tell me you just saw that knockout, because that was something. We've had some good highlights here tonight, but that was it. Right down the pipe. Ouch. Ouch indeed. Wow. One and done for 50K, I'm sure, dude. Oh, man. There's some interesting things. I don't want to be Dana White right now. I feel you have to get a number of these people fight bonuses. I mean, you feel like you have to give Davey Grant some because that motherfucker needs repair on that leg, so at the very least, a bonus helps him have health care. Or how do they do it over the pond? Yeah, they probably have better health care than us. Anyway, you got that going on. Plus, earlier in the evening, we've had some pretty good fights all the way through. Just looking at the card and doing a refresh, and we're not even done. We still have 2 fights left to go. Misha and Ryan Spann coming up in just a second. 50K Iggy. I mean, there's no disputing that. Niccolo and Cape was fun. That you should actually, you know what? Take Anders's. I hate saying this because Anders is like friend of a friend, so I don't want to be a dick about it. But I was about to be like, take Anders's money and give it to the rest of them. Yeah, Charles Jourdain, that was fun too. Brownie Yaya is not gonna get a fucking bonus, so that's fine. And then Matthew Sameless Burger is I mean, dude, all these things. And you know what the worst part is? He beat Matthew Slamlessberger's KO by 4 seconds, which is even more impressive, dude. Holy shit, man. Good for him. This kid deserves everything tonight. That was monstrous. Talk about looking on that shot, picking it, finding your moment. I don't love the homeboy in his crew who's doing like a weird lean back. Like, at what point do you feel you need to like Fat Joe this? Because like it's a straight on shot, so you don't really need. Anyway, I guess I'm saying Dudley. Good to see you. Welcome. What is the plexiglass for if you're just gonna go around it? I like that Dana White's getting this for his social media. Because you know the one thing that's happening is Dana White for sure is not the one updating his social media. God, dude. Let me see this again. Hands up, hands up. Tucker comes in. Oh, dude, even when Tucker was about to land what he was hoping to land. Eek. Ugh, good night. He was live. Yeah, Dana White does not control it for more than just doing dumb shit like that. DC. And they said it was 22 seconds? I had a 12 seconds over on the Wikipedia page. I guess they'll update that in a second. Ooh, he says, oh, that was dynamite indeed. And DC says, obviously, I put him down. DC saying, did this work out the way you were hoping it would? What the fuck kind of question is that, DC? And he was like, I was really hoping to come out and show all the skills I've worked on. But you can't beat a KO like that. And he says he's got a son waiting at home. And he goes, I hope my wife didn't give birth while I was fighting. Funny. He says he's expecting a son. He's going to go back. He owes it to his family, owes it to his son. And he said he was going to come out here and put on a show. And he's basically saying, he was coming out just to show he could do something like that. And he says he would love to face the Korean Zombie. So now he's begging for that fight. We'll see if they give that to him. All right, here's what we're going to do. We'll do our toast on over to Dan Ige. I just want to hear this last little morsel. All right, he's thanking the Lord. We're good. All right, here's what we're going to do. Our cheers needs to happen for Dan. I know they want to call him Ige. Anyway. What do they call him? I don't know. This cheers goes on out to Dan Ige. Congratulations to you, sir. That was a massively powerful knockout. We were excited for that fight. I didn't think it was going to end exactly like that. I don't think any of us did. But cheers to you, and congratulations on the newborn. Super happy for you. Let's hope he makes good with that 50K. Make a college fund or some bullshit like that. Or you know what? Just spend it on yourself. The kid's got his own problems. He'll figure it out when he goes. Cheers to you, bud. Him versus Zombie would be cool. Yeah, why not? I'm good with that. I have no issue. If the fighters are going to have to play matchmaker themselves, why the fuck not? Right? That's where we're at this point. So, next fight coming up is going to be... I think they're showing... Oh, God, don't replay that one. That one fucking hurt. Watching Jacare get massacred like that hurt my soul. Ugh. Misha Serganov versus Ryan Spann. Ooh, that's right. The knockout of the mouth guard, too, was super impressive on that one. All right. Who do you guys got for this next fight? Do you got Misha or do you get Ryan? Talk to me in the comment section. We've also got a few seconds before we get to the next fight, so I'll take your questions. Whatever you got for me, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just talk to you about some random shit. There's always random shit to talk about. But him versus Zombie would actually be cool. I'm fine with that. There's some fighters you just need to plug in and go, you know what? Zombie, him. They're both not doing anything right now, right? Let's fucking make that happen. So, that's the note. Hopefully everybody's training is going well. Checking in on you guys. You guys training well? Are you getting good training in? And if so, where? Where are good places to get training at? I'd be happy to give shout outs to most of the places you suggest. Not all, because I got to figure out if they're cool or not. For example, I would shout out Rich Areola's Hybrid HQ Academy, but why? Because you could go to Anaheim, you could go to Orange County, probably find a number of gyms that probably have good gi and no gi and wrestling. But why would you go to Rich's? It just doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't. That kind of plug. Before I was wondering, I may not even get to have another beer, honestly. Just at the pace we're going here tonight. Fight night, Brunson versus Holland. That apparently is March 20th. That should be fun to watch. Tai Tuivasa, Gustavo Lopez, Song Keenan, Max Griffin. Yeah, okay. Honestly, at this point, I try not even to look at the next week's card until like when it's about to go. Just started training jiu-jitsu for the first time in the beginning of February. That's awesome. Congratulations, Shango. That's awesome. Love to hear it. Jiu-jitsu is the best. Jiu-jitsu is the only reason I'm not obese, and it is the place where you can work on your chess game, man. Your mental chess game. I actually sent a note to a buddy today who, after doing some striking this morning, we did a round or two of rolling, and I sent him a note, and I was like, yo, I just want to let you know one thing. And he's like, what's that? I go, I'm pissed I didn't submit you today. He just goes, thank you? I was like, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like I'm telling you good job, but I'm also yelling at me on the inside. Because that's what I do. 10th Planet Covina. Oh, awesome, man. Are you out there with Mike? Is that with the Mike Wilson out that way? He sucks, but that's fine. But it's going to be nice to get training back into the regular form here. I have missed training regularly. It sucks not having that, but I think slowly but surely we're going to see our gyms open. And when that happens, we have to make sure that we go support those gyms, go over, give them some love. I cannot wait to go back and do some remotes, go train with some friends, and slowly getting back into it, because that's been the fucking worst part. You know, it was very funny. At the very beginning, I was like telling my wife, I go, so boxing's cool, but jiu-jitsu you're not okay with? And she was like, no. I was like, yeah, I guess I see your point. But it's usually the same guys who do both. And she goes, yeah, that's fair. So that's how you know how long we've been doing this. Now when I go train, she's just like, fuck it, go. What is up, Bud Mike Platinum? Fascinating. Oh, Kevin! Kiwi! Yeah. Tell Kevin I say he sucks too. He'll know it's coming from me. Shango Dixon, congrats to you. Coach Kevin is awesome. Yeah, he's okay, except he sucks. But give him my best. So we're getting ready for this next fight. I'll take who you guys have on this one. What is up, Driver MMA? Good work on your memes. They aren't bad. Appreciate y'all stopping by to check in with us. We just watching us some UFC Vegas 21. Having a blast. Cheersing those who get finishes within regulation and people who share this. And if you guys are sharing this over on the Facebook, we give you a toast. And I just remembered we got to do one for Adam Woods. So here's the one that we're going to do. This toast goes on out to friend of the show, one Adam Woods. A lot of people don't know this, but in 2019, Adam Woods actually won an episode of Jeopardy. They just never aired it. And it was really unfortunate because he won on a board filled with boxing, MMA, and pro wrestling trivia. It was actually called the biggest mistake ever in Jeopardy to give to one contestant over the others. Hopefully one day it airs. Cheers to you, Adam Woods. It is about that time, my friends. Seeing Craig Robinson give some love to Pizza Hut. He's now doing shoutouts to Pizza Hut for jingles. Good for him, man. Make that money. I also feel that No One Out Pizzas the Hut is something that owes money to Pizza the Hut from Spaceballs. Like, I feel like they reclaimed him saying, like, and pizza's gonna send out for you. If you guys haven't seen Spaceballs, immediately, like after we're done here, go fix that. Get your life together. Because that you have to do. Spaceballs, legend. I think my sense of humor can, like, 100% be attributed to all things Spaceballs. Anyway. Super excited you guys are here. Super happy to have y'all. We getting ourselves into the home stretch of these fights. Just 2 more left to go. Stoked. Happy you're here. Throw your questions at me as we wait, and we'll get some clarity on what's happening here. Drain Daddy, are you getting back to training? That's an important question to me. Oh no. That is an important question to me because it tells me how much I will need to utilize a guillotine with you when I go back out there and visit Kevin at some point. Hopefully I'll make some rounds, visit friends in... Oof. Beautiful knockout replays here. Let me see here. Number 4. Good to note here with all of our friends tuning in. I hope you guys are having a great Saturday. It's been fantastic watching these fights here with you today. Is Misha taping his hands with duct tape? I'm going to rewind this here real quick. Because I could swear I saw his hands being wrapped with duct tape. I'm still very novice in all things. No, that's actual tape. No, that looks like duct tape, right? I moved to Denver during the shutdown of the pandemic. Any recommendations on a gym? A few. Depends on your style. Haven't trained since you've been there. I would recommend a few places. Easton Training Center, pretty solid stuff. You can also go to Denver's. I don't know exactly where you are, but Denver has a 10th Planet out there. I think there's also is there a Colorado Springs? Or am I just making that up? And let me see. I think Michael Lira Jr. opened up a gym out there too. I don't know if it survived the pandemic, but Lira is fucking super legit. So those are some places that just jump off the top of my head. But definitely. I mean, honestly, you wrote shit down and it still kind of works in both ways. So no judgment here. When I saw you write down shit down, I go, yeah, actually, it was a shit down. It's been a shit show. It was a shit down. So they can be both accurate and correct at the exact same time. We're at some walkouts right now. Tell me who you think's going to win. Chime in, everybody. Who do you have in this fight before it gets going? You got the Ryan Spann. You got the Misha. Who wins? But those are really solid places. I've been curious to go see Michael Lira Jr.'s place because I really want to see what he's got going on there. I've heard his gi work is stellar. Also, Ryan Spann coming up a loss against Johnny Walker, and that was back in late 2020 in September. But he has wins over Sam Alvey, Devin Clark, Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira. Like, those are some solid wins. He also has a loss to Drysdale. Damn, fam. I forgot how long it's been since Drysdale fought. Let me look and see. Drysdale fought over at LFA. When was the last time Drysdale did fight? Yeah, his last fight was that win over Ryan Spann. And that was back in 2016. Interesting. Yeah, Drysdale with the elevated testosterone is like a question mark that we never really got an answer to, where we just kind of bypassed. But there was a lot of hope with Drysdale being a jiu-jitsu prospect. I've only trained at a gi-heavy gym. That means you probably need to get your no-gi life together too. And I know the wrestling should help you on that, but I would say visit our friends over at 10th Planet. My good buddy Nico Radic actually heads one of those Colorado gyms, but I don't know if it's the Denver one. Either way, he's a beast. Some of the best jiu-jitsu you'll find. And a pretty decent guy. What is up, Andres? Good to see you. Also, but yeah, if you're looking for like a classic gi game, Easton was pretty good. Matt Jubera, who's a phenomenal instructor when I've gone to train out that way with my co-host Kevin. Really liked his shit. Matt Jubera of Jubera Jiu-Jitsu is a Rafael Lovato Jr. affiliate or connected to them in some way, and just really solid. Or Barrow Association, my apologies. And when I went there, man, they were pretty good. So if you're looking to kind of keep that lineage going, go that way. Andreas, who do you have going on right now? Do you got Misha or you got Ryan? Answer. Go. The rest of you dorks, who do you have tonight? Talk to me. I want to hear before these things get started and we are underway. I will tell you this right now. Misha, just based on the fucking photo they have of him on his Wikipedia page, looks like a fucking monster. He's got one of those Ivan Drago fucking profile photos on that one. Damn, dude, I'm still wilding over that fucking Gavin Tucker knockout. That shit. That shit was so nice. Yeah, it sucks. I see here. Thanks, Raph. Appreciate that. Mortal Kombat music, always a good choice. Absolutely. We've talked about this. If I were coming out, one of the songs I think I would consider is Princes of the Universe by Queen, because that song is fucking epic. It also has a Highlander connection. And what better way to say you're going out to combat than saying you're going out to the sounds of Highlander, where there can only be one. Writes itself. It says, Misha, the walkout won me over. Listen, dude, that's bulletproof science here on the show. So you're preaching to the choir. Just saying. You could have a lot worse of reasons to go for somebody. Highlander, old school. Absolutely, dude. But like, just the epicness of that movie and how ridiculous and over the top it is one where I go, okay. Yeah, I'd have to do that. I'd have to be that epic. All I want to do in the fight game, though, is do a walkout. I don't really want to fight the person. I mostly just want to show up and be like, yo, epic Japan pride fighting style walkout with full choreography, get to the ring or the cage, and then go, and I'm out. That's my time. Now, you won, dude. Good job. I just wanted to make sure I had the most epic walkout of all time. Peace. And get out of there. Oof. Well, Andreas, we're glad you're joining us for the tail end of the evening. We got 2 fights left. Look at this expressionless Canadian over here. He's fighting out of Toronto, Canada. However, let's look at what his Wikipedia says about him very quickly. Yeah, he fights out of Toronto, Canada. He looks like, yeah, he was born in the Soviet Union, today Latvia. Good for him. I was like, yo, bro, you don't look like a Canadian. No offense. You might have been molded and adapted by them. Also, getting a Superman fucking tattoo on your chest is a choice. Just saying. All right, gang. Super glad you're here. Let's get through these next 2 fights and this thing called life. You got Ryan in the fucking yellow trunks and one Misha in the black trunks, and you're gonna have to keep your eyes on all of the action. This one could end very, very quickly, so be very cautious on how we are calling this fight. Though we do have a low kick to the nether region, so it turns out the guy with the Superman tattoo, not just powerless against kryptonite, also kicks to the nads. And yeah, that one got in there. I see that. Okay. Like, okay, assume there's a higher power. Assume that there's a God, and he creates all of us. Obviously, the dick is funny to him because of the fucking and all that sort of stuff. But also, imagine being God and then saying, like, he got kicked in the dick. Yeah, dude, these guys are going to fight each other. Oh, shit. Speaking of which, Ryan Spann coming in. He might get a finish here as you're seeing one Misha kick his way back up. And I do not know why Ryan Spann did not continue to basically press on here, but I think Spann's feeling very confident about his hands. Meanwhile, you see part of his family tree on the back of his tattoo, and this might be enough. This second version with Hammer Fist coming down, you're seeing no action here, and you get a win from one Ryan Spann over the confused Canadian USSVR dude. Damn, Spann looked mean. And yes, I can kind of give you some props for that Superman tattoo now because it actually wins. And it says Spann with a nice finish. Absolutely, dude. And look, he eats this left hand and then responds with his own. And dude, that's when it's bad. When you fall to the ground covering up already, like mid-watch, look, in the replay, when he gets hit and he goes down, he's already essentially covering up because he's like, yeah, I don't know that I have a way to come back here. Watch. One. Okay. Ouch. Going down. Hammer fists. And the referee's like, yep, seen enough here. And that'll do it for us. Nice. Nicely done, dude. I see a lot of y'all wilding out on both sides of the chats. Appreciate that. Yeah, take it easy, bud. You just need to be on this stool. Very emotional Ryan Span. As they cut to commercial. Well, I wonder what kind of interview we're going to see here in a second. Mishaps, career. Yikes. Are you talking about Misha's career? Yikes. Mortal Kombat walkouts equal L's. I mean, the unfortunate part about Mortal Kombat is, much like the UFC, one person does lose. So, yikes. Let's put it this way. One of the best walkouts of all time, and let's be real, in all fighting, is Apollo Creed walking out to Living in America. That's the kind of walkout I want to do. It is the only reason why I would not walk out to Living in America. Because Apollo Creed dies shortly thereafter. Now, I'm not going to say that he spent himself and drained most of his energy dancing with James Brown. Could be a factor. However, if you look at the science, it does go down as a loss to walking out to that song. All things considered, would walk out to that song, but it does have bad connotations. Because I know a lot of people like Eye of the Tiger, but they're mostly white. And those white people love them some guitar riffs. But to me, the James Brown, Living in America, greater than Eye of the Tiger. Just saying. And Misha still not answering. So you can tell he is super fucked up right now. Andres says, True Blades KO. What's up, Daddy? Nate Dogg. I like that name. Anybody else a little bummed that Johnny Cage is not in the new Mortal Kombat movie? Yeah. But you know what, though, dude? If you're going to take out anybody, I guess you're supposed to take out the annoying white dude. Womp womp. I guess this is the weird part about Mortal Kombat is I decided a long time ago that having a very good movie game, or like video game movie, a long time ago I figured out having a good video game movie was very important to me. Now that I'm old, it's not that important. Like when people go, but this Mortal Kombat's rated R, I go, if I was 12, that would have meant something to me. But now I'm kind of like, dude, I have a Mortal Kombat. It's not the best, but it's good. Like, I like it in its cheesy way, too. Is it not appropriately cast? Sure. Is Raiden played by Christopher Lambert of Highlander fame? Yes. Is that wrong? Probably. Are we okay with it? I'm still going to watch it. And the graphics are so bad, they're amazing. So now that we're actually making a quote-unquote good one, people are like, are you excited about it? I go, I'm going to watch it on the HBO thing. So in that same vein, not having a Johnny Cage, I'm going to be okay. Promise you. Just think of it this way. Just imagine The Miz is in the movie, and then you have Johnny Cage. That's about it. That was Apollo Creed's last walkout, Living in America. That's what I'm saying. He said he beat Scorpion and Goro. He deserves some respect. I mean, questionable. I would like to see those fights get run back. Worst video game movie, Street Fighter or Super Mario? Oh, Super Mario by far. Because at least Street Fighter is gimmicky fun. let's get some notes here from Ryan Spann, who will also have to do a cheers to, and I'll return back to this video game conversation in a second here. But Ryan Spann is, was saying a lot of things were going wrong, and he had to overcome a lot of things, but he did it, and he's feeling pretty good right now. And DC saying, you slept him. What do you think, though, when you let him back to his feet? What was going through your mind then? And he said, I knew I just had to touch him. He said, this time he just wanted to make sure that he did it right this time. And that was driving him this camp. And DC's asking, what would you like to see the next time you're in the octagon? And he goes, yeah, I just want to be in the top 10 myself. So now they're just talking rankings. I like that he's like, Jimmy Cruz and Anthony Smith, they still fighting? And they're like, DC goes, yes. And he goes, yeah, I'll take the winner of whoever that is. Sure. DC gives him his props, and he is off camera. I think he just called DC a big man. Anyway, here's a toast for one Ryan Spann. Ryan Spann, you just said all you had to do was touch him, and you know that you would sleep him. Facts. That's really what we're coming out here. Truth, facts, all around. Big props to you. I know it was an emotional win. You deserve every part of it. Cheers to you, bud. Lovely to see you here tonight. Oh, you know what, though? This Godzilla and Kong one, gimmicky, dumb fun. I'll do that one, too. I'm good with that. That's how you know HBO is actually deserving of my money right now. Because every so often I go, I don't know, should I buy this HBO thing? But Godzilla vs. Kong looks like I can turn off my brain for about a good 2 hours and just enjoy some dumb fun. What is up, Martin, California? Good to see you. Okay. So in response to your question, worst video game movie, Street Fighter or Super Mario Brothers? So Super Mario Brothers is dumb. Street Fighter is campy. Campy at least winks and nods at you, whereas Super Mario Brothers looks at you and says, this is kind of like the game, right? Like, he's a King Koopa. Dennis Hopper. This works. John Leguizamo. He's kind of Luigi-ish. I mean, he's Puerto Rican, which, as far as we know, is close enough to being Italian, so that works. And Bob Hoskins, he's portly and British. Works. But had to pick who wins. Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, Street Fighter is so fun, because even Street Fighter, much in the same way that Mortal Kombat is bad, when you watch those movies, you are disappointed in the theaters the first time you see it. And then on repeated viewings, it has a brilliant stroke of nostalgia that you go, those were the 90s. That's what we had to live through. Super Mario Brothers is like the shit we probably show to prisoners in Guantanamo Bay. If we're being honest. Like, you want someone to confess in a courtroom, you as a lawyer go, Your Honor, I would like to approach the bench. And they're like, yes, sir. What can we do? I would like to play a tape. The judge goes, this is unusual, but I'll allow it. They go to play it, and you see the person being like, I did it. Just like they're in a Law and Order. I did it. I did kill that kid. I'm so sorry. Please stop making me watch Luigi Mario and Mario Luigi. I actually think it's Mario Mario, now that I think about it. But yeah, really bad. Well, I will ask you this, Rich. It is almost time for WWE BJJ week. We are just a few weeks away. It starts on April 4th. I hope that you and your fam get in together with some good submissions this year. I'm very much looking forward to opening up the submissions to get people this year. It says, I would watch a reboot, though. Yeah, I mean, dude, you know what the dumb part is? We all need to see, like, a Yoshi. That'd be some fun shit. When you saw how they did for Sonic, you almost feel like Mario could do something now. That's why it's hard to explain to people. I go, Iron Man worked in 2008, but it was not going to work in 1995. Because they were even talking about getting Tom Cruise to be Iron Man, which I guess I don't hate it, but Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. Like, that's perfect casting. Tom Cruise would have gone, like, super meta in the role and, like, really done, like, that method casting of acting, you know, and just being like, oh, I gotta get into Iron Man's thing, man. I gotta be there. I gotta know how to be Iron Man, you know? And you go, okay, well, you just also could act, you know? You don't need to be a rich dude who's crazy. Oh my God, you are Iron Man. So anyway, them's the notes. But I try and tell people, I'm like, listen, had they had done that earlier, had we had done a Superman with Nicolas Cage, because that almost happened legitimately. And I'm talking 90s, right around Con Air, Nicolas Cage, after he wins the Oscar and decides he's going to sell out and make some hardcore money. Like, yeah, not the greatest. Main event time, Edwards or Muhammad, everyone. All right, that's a good time to ask y'all that question. Who do y'all have? Do you got the Muhammad? Do you got the Edwards? Talk to me. I see a note here. It says, pause due to poor connection. Apologies on that one. But yes, tell me in the comment section who you have for this one. Would love to hear it. Would love to see it. Talk to me, people. Very excited to hear what y'all guys are thinking and or feeling. Because that would be good to know. So that's what we got going on in this next fight. It looks like it's going to happen after the commercial break. And that's it. That's the last fight we got here tonight, guys. So we are almost done. It is a breezy several hours of fight work here, you know? It's kind of nice because we've been working pretty hard here, kids. But it feels like it's just passed by super quickly. Dude looks familiar. I was like, is that Taylor? In Leon Edwards' corner. I'll have to look back and get a better inspection of it. It's always weird sometimes when you see some of your homies going out in the behind the scenes stuff. But yeah, he's a purple belt. Could be Team Renegade, BJJ and MMA. I wonder. Because if that is the person who I think it is, I'm going to have to give them so much shit for looking terrible by holding pads. Let me see here. Anyway, kids, talk to me. Who do you got? What are you enjoying? What are you feeling? I see a note here from a friend of the show, Rich Ariola, who says Muhammad. Very nice. We'll see what's going here. And listen, Rich is going ahead and just asking people outright, who do y'all have? Drain Daddy, I'm surprised you have not chimed in just yet. I thought you and Rich were friends due to your wrestling connection. We shall see. Yo, they did clock in that Dan Ige knockout at 22 seconds. That's incredible. 22 seconds, yeah. He was just a few seconds later than Matthew Samosberger, but damn, dude, that's impressive. Bilal Muhammad. Remember the name. I wonder what song he is walking out to because I can't hear it. All right, good for him. All right, let's see what you guys are feeling right now. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We got just enough earpod energy to make this thing go all the way through, and then we are going to be just about done. Drain Daddy says, taking Edwards. Not a big fan of the guy. Got to admit it. Hope Muhammad pulls it off with the upset. And Andre says, Muhammad. Okay, I see you. I said I would be a game time decision, so I'm going to have to take a couple seconds here before I give you my final pick. But I did say I was leaning Edwards. So we'll see if that sticks. I'm not quite sure I'm going to go that way. I like B-Law. Oh, wow. That's so funny. Kai Kamaka, friend of the show, says, at the barbershop today, I overheard people saying today's card is trash. They don't know. That's fair. Woo! What a night, dude. This has been a great night of fights. I would have to agree with friend Kai Kamaka, who, by the way, just appeared on the latest episode of Verbal Tap with us. UFC fighter Kai Kamaka, badass, great fighter, love the guy. And you can find out how he and Kevin did in the latest installment of Over Under Kevin. You can find that on all the Verbal Tap channels and properties. Go listen to it. I think you'll like it. If you don't, it's not my fault. And it says here from Andres, who goes, not a fan, same, of Edwards. Muhammad has been active, so let's see what happens. Truth. That is very true. We'll have to see how you guys get this one right, or if you get it wrong. I guess I should ask this. What makes you not a fan of Edwards? I would like to hear the rationale. Mostly when people say they are not a fan of somebody in that way, and they have a strong opinion of it, it is one where you just kind of say, explain yourself. Because I don't know that I get super mad at people all the time. But would be open and happy to hear the whys and the hows. Let me see. Who's on our fucking thing? I'm gonna pull this out. All right, Leon Edwards making his way on out to the octagon. I'll take a moment to see if I can hear his fucking walkout. Okay. I like that they're calling him England's next biggest hope. What a fucking weight to go out on. Being like, how do you refer to yourself as? I don't know, man. I'm feeling pretty good about myself. I'd like to think I'm, pretty good. Are you the next best hope of your country? Damn. Okay. Sure. That's a lot to put on me, bro. Eek. I guess. Sure. Sounds good. And it says, lame callouts are just as bad as today's WWE talent. Just saying. Oh, his callouts are pretty lame. I can't even get on the same page in terms of caring about most of this. I feel like half the time they just have to do it. And you can tell who feels comfortable with it and who looks terrible with it. So those are the moments whenever I see people doing callouts, I go, there's only like 10% of people who do callouts very well. The most people who do it are trash. So it usually takes a moment to really see the possibility of people doing it well. Because most of the time you'll look at it and you just do one of these. Like, please don't talk. Just let them match you up. But yes, we're about to get into the fight. Very excited for you guys. I'm so glad that you guys have expressed why you're so angry about some of these moments here. But we're about to get to a point where we're about to see some main event action here. 29-32. The height advantage goes to Leon Edwards. But both of the gents fairly similar down the line. 170 weight and 74 reach with the 72-inch reach there too. All right, here we go. Joey Martinez doing the announcements. Man, it's so wild to see how things change because you've seen so much more of Joey Martinez over Bruce these days. So you get to wondering, like, Bruce, Joe, do they have an exit plan? Are they ready? Mike Bell doing the judging tonight so we can give him shit when he comes back this way. Very excited about that one. But the judges are about to start talking right now to each other to let each other know that they are set. The action inside the cage is actually pretty calm. Both these guys just kind of normal walk pace to their cadence right now. Bilal Muhammad an 18-3 sort of record. He's also fighting out of Chicago, Illinois. Oh, Bilal. He's definitely got that good posture, though. Somebody who's 5'11", but kind of holds themselves like they're 6'2". So I can get behind that. I get it. Yeah, I can't tell if that was my buddy Taylor, but I'll ask him about it a little bit later. I'm being like, is that you, bro? Were you in that thing? Just looking at the really silly person holding the pads, I was like, yeah, I think that might be Taylor, because he looks really shitty holding pads. Yeah, that height difference is going to be interesting to see how that plays out a little bit later. All right, kids, here we go. No touch on the gloves. No love between them. Like a fighter in a cockpit not being able to put a mask on their kid. No love here either. All right, here we go. Round number 1, you are seeing a 5-rounder this evening. Edwards, Muhammad. Muhammad in the green trunks, Edwards in the red trunks. And I like the fact that you see very quickly Bisping trying to tell you why it's an interesting fight when they're just shadow boxing in the first few seconds. It's like, okay, yeah, it's interesting. Dude took a moment to fix his cup. Very interesting fight thus far in. Give him a second to do some work here, Mike. Good outside kick. Then on the inside for Edwards. Muhammad's trying to press ahead right now. And just looking a little bit at the back history of both of these fighters, if we're looking at the recent sort of fight cards, you're looking at just in the past few months, one win back for Bilal Muhammad, way more recent of a fighter in terms of his output. A win over Diego Lima, friend of the show, back at UFC 258. So it's a very decently fast turnaround. However, Edwards pushing up Muhammad against the cage. He has one underhook here. You're getting to see the greater spots of his bald spot on the back of his head. And Muhammad under pressure trying to find a way to pummel. Edwards thought for a second of maybe trying to get over on the legs. Does not really do much with it. And we move on to the next section of the fight. 3:28 left to go on mine. But yes, Bilal also has wins over Diego, Lyman Good, Takashi Sato, and Curtis Millender. Meanwhile, if you look at that, also a win over Tim Means, BT Dubs, and Jordan Main, which not bad, all things considered. But looking on the opposite side, Leon Edwards, and we were talking a little bit about inactivity. Leon Edwards has a win over Rafael dos Anjos. Not an easy person to beat. Gunnar Nelson, Donald Cerrone. Ooh, nice kick there over by Edwards. And it looks like he knows he has put some hurt over on Muhammad. And there are some wild hands going on for Muhammad to go ahead and block. But they are not all protecting him. I think he might be a little more recovered. But dude, he does not look like he wants to stand and bang with him. What is up, Strength Mob Clinic? Go visit our good friends over at Strength and Mobility. They are found in the Canoga Park area. You can check them out. Great training all around, not just martial arts, not just striking. I'm talking functional movement. Very, very good. Also, full weights, all the weights that you would want. I mean, I don't lift the weights, but you should. I'm sure. There are reasons, I think. Good to see you, though. Muhammad is cut, apparently, but I'm looking to see more how they're going to play with these 2 minutes where I've already seen a little bit of concern from Muhammad, who's trying to figure out what the fuck to do with a guy this tall. He is definitely going to have to figure out how to utilize a little bit more of his striking to be a little cleaner and crisper up against Edwards, who thus far has been putting up a pretty good show. I think we need to see a little bit better movement over by Muhammad. If I'm just being honest, I would like to see him switch a few more angles here, because standing right in front of Edwards at this point is going to be the worst thing you can do. Edwards with a standing target where you're not really slipping out, I think could very easily walk through some of this. Might be an eye poke here. Second time tonight. Getting the PTSD from Michael Bisping, looking at it and going like, oh no. It says Edwards has a perfect style for this range game. Damn. What is up, Just Raven? Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you. We're about 1 minute before the end of the first of 5 rounds. Thus far, solid control by Edwards. Muhammad, not really out of it just yet. What's up, Isaiah? Good to see you, bro. Bilal really hasn't had a shining moment just yet. Ooh, nice. That was a good strike right there from Bilal, but a nice response from Edwards, starting to cut through on some of Muhammad's blocked defense of these punches. There's 30 seconds here. I think Bisping was saying that it seems like Edwards is taking the punches a little bit better. I mean, you could say it like that. I could say that it doesn't even look like Muhammad's really connecting even that much right now. Love to see the CompuStrike on this sort of shit. But there's one underhook here. That's a better range for Muhammad to be in if he could get that elbow with that underhook underneath. That looked nice. A nice roundhouse for no reason other than why the fuck not? And we end round number 1. What is up, TJ? What is up, Slander? BJJ? I like the name Slander. It sounds like Nelly, the rapper, saying the word. Are we hot in there? Do you need a sweater? Entertaining first round, Edwards 10, or I'm sorry, Edwards 1-0. Sorry, I always go to the 10-9 system whenever I see shit like that. Yes, I think Edwards very, very handily has that very first round. It says, did his toenail give him a cut behind the ear? Possible. I don't know. I think that's a question for later. If so, gross. It's just one of those things that all of us fear whenever we tell people at the gym, like, y'all, how can I impress this upon you? Just be clean, trim your nails, wash your gear. It's pretty simple. I don't know why this is a problem, or why is this hard? Like, what were you doing before your life that you were this gross? Because if you were more gross than you are right now, oh no, eye poke of death. No. It says, Edwards has that reach. Strain Daddy, I was thinking the same thing. I don't want to see it. Oh, no. Yeah, it's not great. It says, look like Edwards' shin cut the head in that replay. Oh, fuck. I don't want to see a fucking eye poke like that. Yeah, that's the worst. Oh, we just eye fucked him. Yeah, I don't see if he's reacting like this going any further. That's not going to be great. Okay, another eye poke. I mean, Bilal is pretty upset by this. They're going to have the doctor take a look at it. I think that's a formality. If this is mostly the reaction he's having, they're going to call this fight, and he knows it, and that's part of the reason why he's reacting like this. Squinting of the eye means that he really can't see out of it, and just the emotion that he is overcome with at this moment. Understandable. This is, again, the second eye poke of this fight, which makes you wonder. He's got the clock going on, which, what the fuck is he going to do after 4 minutes? It's not like a nut shot where you go, hold on. Nah, my nuts are fine. I'm going to go back in there and fight. That's good. Well, hate to see it end like this. You really do. It was really an anticlimactic way, and I don't want to see the replay. It's the same thing with the fucking down knee shit. I saw it once. I know what I saw. I know people are coming in late. We could just explain it to them. You know what? Don't show the footage. It hurts my eyes. It said Edwards can't catch a break. This doesn't exactly give him the title shot he's been demanding. Agree. Unless he's John Jones. Huh? Huh? I like that Herb Dean is kind of consoling him. Like, it's okay, dude. I can't say it's not your fault. It is kind of your fault. I think the more concerning thing is if you're wondering if you have to get some kind of surgery on that sort of shit. Oh, and of course Michael Bisping is on there. I can't see. I mean, it looks bad. Okay. Okay, they hug it out. There's going to be an official announcement here. It says, what's up with these guys and the penalties? Already 2 tonight. Okay. Martinez. Oh, yeah. Bisping is saying it's one of the worst cases he's ever seen. And if that's not reason to cry your eyes out, I don't know what is. Oh, don't tell us about Godzilla versus Kong right now. We're not in that mood. We just saw an eye poke, bro. Oh, and it's bleeding. Ah, yuck. And the contest is called a no decision. It'll be interesting to see how or if they interview the people who were involved in this. Adam Woods asks, is that worse than Rey Mysterio? I like Woods with you remind us of all of the worst things that the WWE does. Yeah, it probably is worse than Rey Mysterio Jr. Because Rey Mysterio Jr., they at least did that with a someone's going to lose an eye in this match. And you go, this is going to be stupid. This is just a fight that you go, no one said they were going to lose an eye. And yet, here we are. I'm fairly certain. Yeah, they're already moving him over. I don't know that they're going to interview anybody. The wife, producer wife Kelly, just showed up, has no idea what's happening, and just goes, did he lose an eye? He got poked real bad in the eye. No, eye was bleeding to the point where Michael Bisping, a person who famously has had his eye majorly hurt in a fight to the point where he had to get it, surgically repaired, goes, that's one of the worst eye pokes I have ever seen in my life. So they're walking him around. There's a nice little parade. I don't know that he's going to talk to anybody. Edwards, Buzz Killington. Yes. I see KRSB 13 DQ. Well, I mean, that one was just called a no decision, which is a rather weird way to brand it, by the way. So, don't know how they're going to call this one. Oh, I'm not eating this on air because that's the last fight. So, yeah, producer wife Kelly, very happy to have me done. So, we're going to wrap this thing up. We're just waiting to see if anybody's going to be interviewed. And then we're essentially done here. Our business is about done on this broadcast. It's a good time to remind you, what is up? I don't want to pronounce that one. It's too long. Good time to remind you guys, if you haven't followed us on all Grappling Hour and Verbal Tap Cast properties, could you do a solid and do that? Because you can catch us on both of those things. At Verbal Tap Cast, at Grappling Hour, on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, Twitter, and also you can catch us at Grappling Hour and Verbal Tap Cast over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. They are interviewing Leon Edwards. And he's saying, I didn't mean to do it, which, and he says, he's apologizing, and it kind of is what it is, unfortunately. Drain Daddy, good to see you. Thanks for the LOLs. Appreciate you, bro. And DC saying, bro, you were on the verge of something good. And you got him saying, what do I do now? What is up, best you never had? Glad you're joining us. Although you picked quite the time to check in with us. To be out so long and then have that happen when you come back, that is terrible for Edwards. I would agree with that. So, yeah, it says later, Train Teddy. Appreciate that. I like that you guys are all kind to each other in the comment section. There's a lot of niceties that are happening there. And Edwards is talking about the layoff here. I can't imagine they're going to interview Muhammad. I hope they get him immediately checked out or sent over to a hospital to get fixed. But I don't know what happens to that guy next. That one just sucks, dude. No, thanks, DC. It was good to see you compete for as long as it lasted. It's like the dumbest polite way of saying, some shit happened, dude. I'm sorry? Question mark. Respect, fellas. Appreciate that. Well, I think my mentality is give Edwards another fight soon. Let him go do that. But that's a tough one to really navigate. They say they're going to break that one down. There's really not much to break down. There were some punches, there were some kicks, and then there was an eye poke. There, I did it in 20 seconds. You know what I also have? I have food for me right now. It says, stupid eye, bro, part of the game, but well, damn. It says, was looking forward to seeing this fight. We all were. But it's also 7:38, and we're done. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to go have a Saturday night. It's going to be great and glorious, and we're all going to enjoy it. And we're going to come back here next week. Now, just to fill you in, yes, tonight we do our business. We're having fun. It's great. Also, if you can give us a 5-star review, we're just going to remind you, Verbal Tap Cast and Grappling Hour properties. That would be great. On Spotify and Apple Podcasts. That would be great on both of those things. But I will remind you, next week we show back up for another Fight Companion for another UFC card. But I also believe it is going to be, it's either Submission Underground, I think that's the next week, or Combat Jiu-Jitsu. So that happens on the 21st. And on the 28th, there's also going to be a other one. So it's a Combat Jiu-Jitsu. It's one of those two. So we have very busy weekends over the next couple weeks. But other than that, that's going to do it for us, kids. I know you're saying Edward was going to win. It looked like the momentum was going his way. It just didn't happen. Anyway, kids, this was fun. Let's do it again in a week. But for right now, my name's Rafa Sparza. It's been a great day for grappling. We'll see you back on the mats. Eventually.